everybody, Jim Edwards here, along with Stu Smith. Welcome to the Sales Copywriting and Content Marketing Hacks podcast. This is episode 138. Oh my goodness, 138 podcast episodes. If that isn't something for your mama to be proud of, I don't know what is. So, Stu, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. And this is not only 138, it's part 3 of a 3-part series that we started a few weeks ago, with part 1 being the hook, part 2 being the story, and part 3 being the offer.
Nice.
Hook, story, offer, podcast trilogy.
Excuse me. It's a good thing you're organized because I didn't remember any of that stuff.
I mean, it'd take us longer than a minute to discuss.
All right. So, got any questions to guide me here?
Want me to lead off with this one here? I'll throw you a couple softballs. Okay, here you go. So what makes a good offer for content marketing? All right. Then let's discuss some of the many ways to get deep into the psychology of sales copy, writing a good offer.
Okay. So when you say what makes a good offer for content marketing, do you mean like if you're doing some content marketing and then you're making an offer at the end of like a video or an article or a Facebook Live or something like that?
Well, you know what? That's a good part. That's another part of my follow-on question. My follow-on question is, when is it a good time to post the offer or buy now button in such marketing? Whether it's an article, a video, do you do it right up front? Do you put it in the middle? Do you just depends?
Okay, so let's take a step back. This is what Stu, all my friends are learning how to wind me up. It's like, I'll just ask Jim an open-ended question and then he starts doing stuff. So I want you to think about something. If we're just going to talk about content marketing in general, okay, what is content marketing? Content marketing is where you put content out into the world, whether it's on social media, in your blog, an email, other people's blogs, all the third-party authority sites, all kinds of stuff. And it is designed and intended to help people by answering questions, leading them to figure something out, establishes you as the expert. Typically, it is based around what I call a symptom. What we mean by a symptom is they have a specific problem, a specific question, a specific issue that they're trying to solve. And so they find your content either directly or indirectly, or through somebody sharing it with them or doing a search on Google, however they find it. But that piece of content is addressing what their current focus is right now. So for example, the way I found Stu was I was looking for information on how to increase my pull-ups. I found somebody talking about how Stu had helped them get ready for a Go Ruck Heavy, which is a 24-hour endurance event. And I said, well, a Navy SEAL probably knows how to do pull-ups. So I found Stu's site through that guy, found an article, saw that Stu had a PT club, and I immediately joined at his most expensive thing. So that was because of content marketing. I was looking for something, I found content, and then it led me to the next step. So the way to think about this is everybody has been to the big box store, the Sam's, all right? Maybe it's Costco or whatever. And you go in there and you load up your buggy with like everything, not just anything, but everything goes in that buggy, right? And it's not just like a thing of cereal. It's a bale of cereal. It's a bale of toilet paper. It's not 12 rolls. It's 36 rolls, and we might need more. It's not a thing of mayonnaise. It's a gallon of mayonnaise that goes bad. But also at Sam's Club, they have these people that are standing in front of something, and it's usually cooking, all right? Maybe it's in the microwave, and they're handing out pieces of burrito. And the person's sitting there with the little chef hat on, and they're like, hey, would you like a piece of burrito? And you say, sure, I'd love a piece of burrito. And then you take the piece of burrito and it's kind of greasy and it's kind of mealy, but you haven't eaten and you've been smelling this saying, damn, that smells pretty good. So then you walk over to the freezer where they have a box of these things and you grab one and throw it in your cart. And then 6 months later, you are cleaning out the freezer and you have to throw that away because you ate 2 of the burritos and they're all freezer burned. But this is content marketing at its finest, not the part about throwing them away at the end because you didn't eat them, but it's literally, hey, would you like a nice tasty bite of burrito? Would you like to learn how to do more pull-ups? I found an article, Stu has a thing he calls the pull-up push, how to be able to do more pull-ups in 2 weeks. Only do it every 6 months, though. Don't do it all the time. You're going to hurt yourself. So then the invitation at the end of the content is, hey, would you like to take to next step? Would you like to take the next step? It's just a simple invitation. It's a logical next step. So that's what content marketing is. It's giving people a juicy bite of the steak and then saying, hey, we got steaks on sale. I know that sounds overly simplistic, but that is exactly what it is. So there you go. Did that answer your question? I think it did.
Yeah, that was really good.
Thanks. Everything I needed to learn about whiteboarding, I learned in kindergarten.
Well, how about this? Let's part 2 of that question was, let's discuss some of the ways to get deep into the psychology of your sales copywriting with a good offer.
Okay. So if we're talking about what makes a good offer, you basically got to know. All right. There's 2 things you got to know. And there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. The time to create your offer is not after you've already created your product. That's number 1. That is like, because if you try and do that, you're trying to make your product fit into the offer. But if you make the offer first and then go create the product and the other stuff to fulfill on the offer, you're not limited psychologically or physically by an existing product. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So Stu said, so for example, Stu has a book called what's the thing for fitness after tactical fitness after 40, or what's the name of that book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tactical fitness 40 plus. Yeah.
Tactical fitness for 40 plus. Now let's say that Stu wanted to create an offer for people that are over 50. Well, immediately it's like, well, the book says 40 plus, so I can't do it. So I might as well just stop. No, I'm serious. It's literally that kind of thing. But if he says, okay, I'm going to create an offer for 50 plus fitness, and it's tactical fitness 50 plus. Okay. For those of you who don't know what tactical fitness is, in a nutshell, it's basically the ability to save your life, or being in good enough physical shape that you could save your own life or the life of someone you love by being able to chase down a criminal who kidnapped them or carry them from a burning building.
There you go.
So you got 3 elements here. You got your avatar. You got the offer. And then you got the deliverables. Okay? So most people start with the deliverables. Oh man, I got an idea for a product. It's going to be amazing. Everybody's going to want to buy it. I'm going to get rich. And then they end up blowing a ton of money on ads and they never really sell it. And they're like, this is a scam. And they go put their hairnet back on and say, would you like fries with that for the rest of their lives? So if you're smart, first thing you do is figure out your avatar, all their hot buttons, what makes them tick, what do they want, short-term, long-term. You also going to want to know what are their objections when it comes to getting their desires. Now, objections could be false beliefs. Objections can be pretty much anything that they believe is a reason or a thing or a person or a circumstance that is standing in the way of them being able to get what they want. All right? So you got to know, and let me just have two things on here. We got hot buttons. We got big desire, like the number one desire. And then you got to know their objections. Okay. So this is going to enable you to write your general sales copy, but these are the things that are critical for the offer. So you got to know the number one big desire, and whatever the core offer is, whatever the core product is, has to fulfill the big desire. All right, whatever, if you're doing coaching, if you're doing consulting, if you're doing a course, if you're doing a book, if you're doing software, if you're doing whatever it is, okay, the big desire, that's your core product. But that in and of itself as the offer is not enough. And so what you need to do is then look at their objections and address each one of those objections with either a bonus or another component in your offer. So let's say, using the example of Stu. By the way, well, we'll get into that in a minute. Bonus number 1, bonus number 2, bonus number 3. We'll just say you just need 3 bonuses. That's pretty much all you need is 3 bonuses. You load on about 80 gajillion stuff. So the first concern somebody might have, okay, and I'm going to make little notes to myself here. Okay, first one is, I'm really busy with family and career and everything like that. I don't have a ton of time to work out. So, first bonus is 10x workouts you can do in 30 minutes or less. Let's call it 10 30-minute workouts. Okay? Everybody has 30 minutes. If you want to find 30 minutes, if you're watching 2 hours of TV a night, get yourself a DVR. Those 2 hours of TV contain 40 minutes of commercials. That's enough time for you to be able, if you cut that out, we're just going to find it in your TV time. And by the way, all you have to do is hit play, and I'm going to do the workouts in real time with you.
Oh.
We got upper body, we got lower body, we got full body, we got cardio, we got mobility. Okay, so boom. We've gotten rid of the first objection, which usually revolves around time. So the second one usually revolves around money. So the money could be, Stu, I don't have a gym near me. I don't have money for a gym membership. I don't have, it's going to cost me, it's just, I don't have money to set up a home gym. Okay, COVID, I don't have money for a home gym. So next bonus is how to get a gym quality workout with common items you have laying around the house. Okay, how to set up, or another thing you could do is how to set up a home gym for under $100. And that's real easy to do. I mean, you can go buy a couple cinder blocks, you get a yoga mat, you get there's just basic stuff that if you have, you're fine. Okay, you could do squats in a chair, you can do bench dips in a chair. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. Okay, so then the last thing is usually around some sort of resource or expertise or other stuff. I mean, the one thing that lot of people, Russell teaches this a lot in his books. They say, okay, the first thing is about the vehicle, then it's about internal beliefs, then it's external beliefs, and that's great. My thing that I've always thought of is it basically comes down to time, money, and resources, time, money, and expertise, time, money, and something else. Okay, that's literally where most people's objections are. So then the last thing, core desire, the big desire is I want to get in shape. So I'm going to show you how to get in tactical fitness shape, whatever. There's a course, there's all this stuff about that. Then the bonus is, the funny thing is when you start planning out the offer, to me, this is sexier than the other thing. It's like this could become, you looking at these as interchangeable elements, maybe this becomes the main offer, and this other, what was going to be here about the whole thing, general thing about tactical fitness and other stuff, maybe that becomes one of the bonuses. So then the last thing is what's some kind of concern that people have about expertise or knowledge or something, like I can't, what is something that they worry about? They don't know how to do, they don't have access to. What is something else, Stu, when it comes to fitness over 50?
So we did time, money, and I guess the other is just
but it's time, money, resources, knowledge. Those are the main things you need: time, money, resources, knowledge.
How to get a wide variety of exercises by being a little more creative and having that knowledge to be able to do that.
Okay,
Does
so
that make sense?
Sure.
Because I just got a great idea for my next program I'm creating.
So variety and fun. How to make sure that your exercise program sticks this time. How to make sure you actually stick with it this time. And that would be through variety and fun and making it fun. Yep. Like one of the, just so you know, and I feel like I'm cheating on you a little bit, but I've actually been playing around with a 55 centimeter exercise ball, yoga ball thing to help me do my stretching on mobility stuff. And dude, it's
yeah, good. Do it.
It's amazing. I like it a lot better than I like that damn foam roller. But anyway, but how to make it actually stick this time. Mindset, variety, fun, all that stuff. So now we defined our offer. We're not worrying about anything that well, does it really do that? Does it really define that promise? Does it really do that? So then the next thing that I would do would be to write the sales letter. The funny thing is I think that I'm based. This is going to be in large part the first lesson in the offer challenge. I'm doing the first lesson in the offer challenge. But write the sales letter again without any constraint of the deliverables, so that you can make an amazing offer in a sales letter. Write the whole sales letter, and then finally create the product. Create the product. Do the coaching. Do the class. I love to do this and then do it live to teach what I think they need, and then they can ask a bunch of questions. They fill in the blanks for me, and we make it we just make it bulletproof. That's how I did the 7-day ebook program. That's how I did my mini site. That's how I've always done it. So this is how I would create an offer. So first step, just so we see this in line, but first step, create the avatar. And that means know their hot buttons, especially know their big desire, the number one desire, then know all their objections around that desire. Number 2, create the offer. Number 3, write the sales letter. Number 4, create the deliverables.
Boom.
So
that is awesome.
There you go.
Not only as a system, but your specifics really inspired a great idea for me. And you may finally get a video of me doing stuff.
I'll believe it when I'm watching it. I've been after you to do that for like 6-7 years now.
I know.
Cool.
Did you watch that Mobility Day walkthrough?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good stuff. You're actually pretty flexible for an old guy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I wish I was that flexible. And Carlin's right. Once again, the fundamental importance of the avatar. Absolutely. And Susan, maybe make a note somewhere or bookmark this or something. Hang on to this one because there's some good stuff in here as far as that challenge that we want to do. Thank you.
Well, how about this for the last kind of wrapping it up question as part of the podcast? Because you made a comment on taking it to the next step. How invite you to do this. An offer to buy or maybe a buy now button. Is there a particular place where that belongs? Whether it's a sales letter, it's content marketing, like an article. Where would you want to put that? Pretty
much after you've made the complete offer. Once you've made the offer in a sales letter, that's when you invite people to buy. Once you've given the information in a video or an article, and then it just makes sense. Okay, like here's the value, and here's if this resonated with you, then here's what you do next. I mean, it's literally the hook. If you wanted to take everything we talked about, it's hook, story, offer, invitation.
Okay.
That's
every now and then I place, just for a test, because I have a really good hook, and I place a little offer right after the hook and say, you don't need to read it anymore, buy now.
I do that too. That is a great thing to do in certain circumstances.
Yes.
You can do it in sales copy. I've seen people, there was a big thing that people did for a long time, which was, hey, put a buy button every time you make a claim or make an assertion, then put in a buy button in case they're ready to go right then. I think that has its place. I've done that a bunch in offers that I insert into email newsletters.
Okay.
You used to do that all the time with a by the way stealth close.
There you go.
I would tell somebody, hey, here's this week's article. This is what it's about. By the way, and then it would have nothing to do with it, but their defenses are down, and it's like, hey, by the way, we're running a sale on this, or by the way, we've still got a couple seats left in this, or by the way, I'm doing a thing on this. Click here to find out more. And they're so not paying attention. Oh, let me click. So you got to remember also that the offer. There's a bunch of different stuff people can do besides just buy. They can buy, they can try, they can sign up, they can click, they can call on the phone. So it's not just the offer, but what is the action you want them to take next?
Okay.
So the offer is the invitation in some cases.
Sure.
It's hook, story, offer, and the offer is just an invitation to take the next step, to click, to call. Not necessarily is it to buy. So,
hey, since we have a little more time, you want me to tell you what happened with my 10-day Halloween challenge?
Absolutely, would love to know.
It actually went really well because I didn't share this with you. So I had a.
Why do you say it like you're surprised that it went really well? Well,
it was kind of a corny last second idea. I gave that thing no thought.
Okay.
Like I literally wrote the rules like you do out of my nether regions. Right.
Okay.
I would just say, here's the rules, send a picture, post it on your site, tag me, and use this hashtag, and I'll give you a free ebook. Right. And so I had like 50 people do that.
Oh,
right?
Cool.
So it was pretty cool. And I got a lot of submissions, but I only picked 10. Picked 10 pictures, one a day. And if I picked you, you won a free ebook. And you were put into the contest to win a 12-week PT Club membership.
Nice.
And during that, however, I had people say, hey, I didn't even know you did personal training online. Yeah, tell me more about it. So I actually had 10 new signups.
What?
For personal training in those 10 days.
Oh my God, dude, that's awesome.
It was beyond my expectations. And
imagine if you'd done it on purpose.
Yeah, no kidding. And it was kind of fun. It was just, I'd post a silly, picture of somebody with a mask on doing pull-ups or something. And the guy who dressed as Mike Myers in the gym doing pull-ups was the guy who won. And I actually had, decent standards on it. It was most likes and comments in a 24-hour period it was posted.
Okay.
So that was my standard of picking them. So it was an objective criteria. So people thought. No, it wasn't. No, it went really well. It was pretty fun. So it was a good little ad push for. And here's what I discovered: it is a perfect excuse to post on your social media an advertisement that is perfectly acceptable to your followers. Because a lot of times people don't like following people that are always posting ads. But this way it gave me 10 days in a row, I was posting an ad about free ebooks, PT club memberships, and just a funny post that has a little humor into it that can, lower people's defenses from the start. So there you go.
That's awesome.
You can do 10 days to anything and have a contest.
Sure. Now, why'd you pick 10 days instead of like 5 days or something? And let me ask you this, did people's attention flag over the 10 days or did it actually increase over the 10 days?
It got stronger.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause like my first 2 days I had like 3 submissions.
Okay.
Right. And then after that, it was like, 8-10 submissions a day.
Okay.
And no, it was fun. It was fun.
That's very cool. I love that 10 people at your most is that your most expensive level, or you have one more level above that?
One more level that's higher, but I didn't have anybody pull the trigger on that one. But 10 new folks. Well, 11 because the guy won it for free. But
okay,
yeah. So I have 11 new guys. So
that's so cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing, and I apologize for not being a good enough friend to ask what happened.
That is quite okay. Quite okay.
But what are you going to do for Christmas?
I don't know. I'm debating. I think I may do a 10 days to Black Friday thing, which is coming up.
Yeah, I was going to say, you might ought to think about that because I think it's coming up pretty quick. You got a couple weeks.
Yeah. Not sure what I'm going to do on that one.
I haven't made up my mind if I'm doing anything that week or not. I'm taking that week off. I know you can preload stuff and everything else, but part of me just wants to take the week off, man. So, yes, Carlin. Carlin says, thank you for your service, Stu Smith. Happy Veterans Day to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
So if I forget to tell you thank you, Stu. Appreciate that. So what else? Or is that it? Are we good? We done?
Yeah, I guess we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we covered everything that we're supposed to cover. I got to change the tire and wife's happy. Everybody's happy.
Well, let me know how Parker's doing. Yeah, I'm worried about the little dude.
Parker's not happy right now. He's under anesthesia getting an x-ray. So.
All right. All right, everybody. Well, we appreciate you being here, and we will see you next week for another Jim and Stu show and the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks podcast. I'd like to invite you, if you don't already have a copy of Copywriting Secrets, this book will help you. It says it right on the cover, so it must be true. How everyone can use the power of words to get more clicks, sales, and profits, no matter what you sell or who you sell it to. I'll give you a free physical copy. Just go to copywritingsecrets.com and pay a small shipping and handling. Make sure you pick up the audiobook version as well. That's Stu and I going through the book and giving you lots of extra cool nuggets. So if you liked this podcast, you will love the audio version of Copywriting Secrets. And if they want to get in amazing shape, wearing with or without the Mike Myers mask, Stu, what should they do? StuSmithFitness.com. All righty. All right, everybody have a great day. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.